Wife, 31F, asked for open marriage.
What should I, 29M, do to tackle the situation? For some context, me and my wife have been married for over 3 years, together for 5. We don't have any kids together and we live in a metropolitan area. We both have well-paid jobs and good career.
Now, I don't know what did I do wrong, but 2 days ago, my wife sat me down and told me that she wants to open our marriage.
I was very distraught at this suggestion and asked if I did anything wrong and whether we need to work on something. She said it's none of those cases.
It's just she misses that attention from people and wants to explore her this side when she has grown more successful.
I said then it is about attention, so was I lacking somewhere? She said it not that, she has just missed some things and wants to explore for her own peace of mind. I asked if she had someone in mind and she said no. I suggested her that this was a pretty abstract idea to explore and reclaim something when we both should be thinking for the future and prepare for kids. She got offended and started trying useless things which I don't want to mention here. Most of it was just basic gaslighting. I flat out refused on this, but she started pressing on it more.
I felt like this is something she really wanted to, so I suggested that we should have a divorce because I cannot picture someone who I actually vowed to spend my whole life with some other man, and the thought of my wife having intimate relations with someone other just literally stabs me.
She said no on the divorce part because she said she really loved me and wanted to just have that experience part.
I asked her if she wanted to form emotional relations with any other person and she said if it goes to that point. To be honest, I am not keen on this situation because sure it might seem good at first, but I know my looks and personality, I am a 6'7" at best. People have called me attractive but my front camera says otherwise. Also I know that I will eventually get jealous and paranoid while she goes out with multiple men and I can't deal with that. So, I asked her for some time to think.
She said fine and the night continued as usual. Now, I am seriously not a type of guy who goes out and has casual relationships. To be specific, I am repulsed by that idea.
For me, if she wants to sleep with other men, she is free to do so, but please leave me out of it.
I would rather divorce amicably and move to different state and cutting all contact. In my mind, it would be out of sight, out of mind.
But she is refusing on divorce. I don't know what to do. It's also true that I cannot force her to be monogamous if she doesn't want to. But this is a deadlock scenario.
So I would really like some advice on how to tackle this situation.
Edit. I am just worried about divorce as to what if she drags on the process. It can be draining both mentally and financially, and I really want to save my assets, and from the looks of it, if she really does love me and prefers to stay with me, she is not gonna let me leave so easily.
She can't refuse on divorce. You don't need her permission. Divorce is the only option here.
You don't need her permission, just do it.
When someone says they want an open marriage, 90% of the time they have already cheated, at least emotionally.
She realized, of course, that mentioning this could lead to divorce.
Do you think she would have done so if she didn't already have someone else lined up? I guarantee you that if you were to see her phone, including download history, or emails, that she has dating apps or has been talking to a coworker.
Do you think she hasn't discussed this with someone? She has a coach. By the way, all of her reasoning is that of a 17-year-old boy.
She said no on the divorce part because she said she really loved me and wanted to just have that experience part. Sorry, but it sounds like she just really loves having you around as stability rather than actually loving you. She's telling you it won't just be physical and is open to emotional relationship as well. Your marriage is over, you're right. You should divorce now to save yourself the headache here.
Just to reinforce what others say. She already has someone in mind. She may have already cheated or will do so if you refuse her request. She refuses to listen to your objections about her request. While it's easier if she agrees, she doesn't need your permission to divorce her. So, see a lawyer and serve her the papers. You can always pull it back if you see a real change in her. A strong stance is required here as she is dictating everything about this relationship.
She cheated, but wants to backdate the approval. You have two options, open your marriage or leave. If you just say no and stay, she will most likely start to resent you. She seems pretty set on this.
I, 24M, think I'm obsessed with my girlfriend, 25F, and it's scaring me. What should I do? It kinda started a couple of years ago. We've been together for more than 5 years now. We're each other's firsts in everything. Whenever I see something cute, or a cat, she loves cats, or anything that is adorable, cute in a movie, TV show, I always remember her.
I recently watched the new Quiet Place movie with my parents, and whenever the cat appears I always remember what my girlfriend would think about this particular scene, her reaction, etc. Like I literally associate anything cute with her.
After I see a cat, I would remember her and then start missing her more.
I don't know if this is normal or just borderline obsession.
What should I do? Ain't you in love?
It seems normal. Do you have a life at least outside of your couple? Do you enjoy meeting your friends or doing hobbies without her? If you can answer yes, then there are no problems at all. Ah, babe, you're in love.
Just make sure you have other things in your life that give you joy and purpose besides just your relationship with her and you should be fine. Maintain your hobbies and don't neglect your relationships with your friends and family. What should I do? Continue having nice, positive thoughts about the person you love?
Who told you thinking and caring about your partner is a problem? Man scroll. Man see.
Man smile.
Man happy.
Good on you, brother.
It's awesome to see a dude so passionate about his GF. Just make sure she's the same way about you and the both of you will become inevitable.
Bro, watch out, I think you love your girlfriend. Kinda gay, NGL. Sometimes joy is simple. Congratulations and keep treating her right. Affair between my business partner 40M and his personal assistant 33F. How do I save my company? My business partner, 40M, also known as my brother, is having something of a middle-age crisis. He is unsatisfied with the small amount of sex in his marriage. This topic has been debated with his wife, yet neither partner has compromised.
He took a left turn and started numerous affairs. One of them sadly turned out to be with his personal assistant 33F. The problem is that for my brother, the relationship is shallow, yet PA is in love.
Since the affair has been brought to light, brother and his wife wish to end the affair and seek solutions. By the way, I am in a very friendly relationship with everyone in the story.
Now comes the hard part. The PA is very important to the company.
Fire her straight, and there is a 70% chance you will create yourself a rival who will take a few of her friends from the company and some clients. Keep her, but deny her romantic attention, and you might get a silent, plotted revenge from inside the company.
I really wish she could understand that there was never any love for my brother, yet without taking any bold reactions or being revengeful. I might try talking to her and bringing these ideas into her head. 1. Be smart.
Don't fall in love with a person who does not care much about you, a true fact, yet not a strong one for someone in love. He comes back to his wife of 15 years every time after an affair.
2. You don't really want to start a relationship with a cheater, for that will backfire on you. But that's my manly perspective.
How can I handle this crisis? Though it looks like I am plotting a lot, I do care much for everyone in the story. My brother's personal problems are big, yet not the main question, as today I want to save the company from a potential threat.
Fire her and she might find an attorney to sue for sexual harassment.
Your brother made a mess by 1. Having repeated affairs and 2. Choosing an affair partner with a subordinate at your own company.
If you want her out of the company, prepare for a substantial severance package. You, however, should not insert yourself much in this drama.
If you have an HR person, let them do it, otherwise if she gets bitter you'll get brought into the lawsuit. Make your brother pay her severance package.
But he opened you up to a massive lawsuit. Any talks you have with her opens you up to a lawsuit.
Get a lawyer to see the best way to handle this.
I would be making my brother shoulder whatever money needs to go her way ATP. Also, it's not about understanding.
You have no idea what lies your brother told her.
Stop focusing on her as if she's the only bad guy. Your brother sucks, and if it were me, the company would be dissolved or he would be shoved out. Unless you want to deal with a new lawsuit every 2-3 years. The brother made a mess and now wants the mess clean.
From a morality perspective, brother is the one that should be leaving, he's the one that can't be around her due to his actions. Assuming there isn't company policy against this, in which case both should be.
PA doesn't deserve to be fired. Business standpoint, one of them has to go.
Maybe sue your brother for having absolutely zero work ethics or ethics in general? You do realize you are an enabler?
I think it's really shitty that the first options are to admonish and or fire her.
What the fuck? Your brother is the D-bag here.
I don't know how your operating agreement reads or who owns what percent, but you need to put the screws to your brother. Tell him to break off this affair and reassign her to a different executive. Minimize their contact if possible.
Your brother is letting his dick jeopardize the health and welfare of the company and everyone who works for it. Worst part is, the damage he's done is so deep, that even if the above steps are taken, you're still likely to be sued for sexual harassment or worse.
For the life of me, I will never understand why people shit in their own kitchens. Golden rule number 1 of business ownerships.
Don't fuck the employees. JFC. I get the vibe the op is not in the States. He doesn't seem too concerned with the legal ramifications of his bro's behavior.
My 24F libido is too high for my boyfriend, 23M. Where do I go from here?
I, 24F, have been with my boyfriend, 23M, for just about a year. I'll be the first to admit our relationship moved fast. We're already living together and talking about forevers, and basically everything is perfect. We have similar interests, goals, and drives. We do basically everything together. Yes, I know this will change, but for now I love having a happy puppy who loves rides in the car even for chores, and he never ceases to impress me.
I adore him and I want to spend the rest of my life with him. However, I wouldn't be making this post if everything was flawless. My one issue is his sex drive. When I was in university and in my previous relationships, I've always had frequent sex because I'm a physical person. I love physical intimacy with my person. I've never had any issues with previous partners, but my partner, Jack, fake name, doesn't really seem like he wants it, ever. Even when we're together, he's not very expressive of his pleasure, which makes me insecure. I often find myself being like, fuck, I've wanted to have sex with Jack all week and now I've got it, but he doesn't seem like he likes it.
Am I bad in bed and he's just not attracted to me and that's why we don't do this more often? We've had many conversations about this and he swears up and down that he loves being intimate with me. I'm the best he's had, etc.
I'm just struggling and looking for advice because in the times when I try to initiate something and he shuts me down, I feel hurt and self-conscious. And lately I've been sucked into thoughts about being with my exes and how easily it always was, and I feel awful. I would never go back to any of them or cheat on him to get a fix, but it eats me up inside that I feel like there's something wrong with me or that I'm pressuring him into something he'll never want. If anyone has any advice or thoughts, I'd appreciate an outside opinion. I once dated a guy like that. I created a sex schedule which we tried to follow open-mouth smile, and if he didn't want to do it, I just masturbated beside him or asked him to help me CM. Jesus, where do I find these women?
Has his sex drive fluctuated?
Or has it always been like this? And more importantly, how good is your impulse control? If it's low, you are heading for disaster.
Common stuff that affects my libido. Porn, lack of sleep, big one. 8+ hours fitness. Less body fat and more active makes you horny. Stress can either make you a monk or super horny to relieve stress.
I wish my GFS libido was too high. I'm in the opposite situation. Key is communication.
Communicate your needs. Find out his. Find out he just haven't have a sex drive or if you need to help him in some way.
Find a middle ground.
If none of that works, it's not fixable. Where do you go from here, to a new man?
I was the lower libido as a male.
Couldn't stand the pressure to perform every day. That flowed to other areas and eventually I checked out. Save yourself time.